All right, with 9.7, we are looking at acid naming. So you have to understand how acids and bases work from our notes that we've talked about. So remember, if we have an acid that forms, and when an acid dissolves in water, we always have a hydrogen cation that is produced. So remember cation, so hydrogen cation. And so that means that we are always going to have a hydroxide anion. That is produced for a base, because basically it's breaking down to create that water. So when we have a water and if we have a base and acid neutralized, you're supposed to have a salt and a water at the end, just like we talked about in the notes. Now we are looking for if it has either this or this to figure out if it's an acid or base. So we have to name them as we go. So basically what we're looking at is on this one, if we have the hydroxide, this is a base, and if we have the acid, or if we have the H, it is an acid. So we're always looking for either our hydroxide or our hydrogen. Okay? So in this one, we know that it is an acid, but we have to go name it based on whatever we're looking at. Remember, if it is binary, meaning there's only two, we always have hydro, and in this case it's fluorine, so fluoric, because we always have to have the ic and the hydro in it, and then acid. Always in with acid, so all four of these are going to be acid. You just have to follow the rules based on what you have. Okay? Now, the opposite is true when I'm looking for this. So I am looking at, write the formulas for the following acids. So if I have carbonic, that means it's going to be hydrogen first. All these are going to have hydrogen first. And then I look for carbonate, which is CO4, and that is my acid, because I have hydrocarbonic, meaning that it's going to be end in 8. Because if it's ic, we ended in 8. If it is ite, we ended in us. Okay? If it is hydro, we're always going to have a binary, meaning there's only going to be 2. If it doesn't have hydro, that means it is working with a polyatomic anion. Okay? So go ahead and finish 4 and 5, and we'll go from there. So basically what we're doing, remember, if H ion equals an acid, OH ion equals a base. If it is H and one element, it equals hydroic acid. If it is H and 8, equals ic acid. If it is H and ite, it is us acid. Okay, those are the rules you need to follow for this particular thing. If you follow that, shouldn't be too hard. Okay, and we'll go more into the neutralization of acids and bases at a later date. If you have questions, please let me know, and we should be all right. It's not too hard once you get into it. Your folder will help later on in the week too when you use it. All right? All right.